Rolling Suicide. Do you like the System of a Down?
System of Down, they're one of those bands where like, I've heard their like big hits, but I've never gotten their album. I'm not really an albums guy because I never really had the money growing up to actually go out and buy an album. Wow. That's why like when Napster came out, I don't know if you're old enough to remember Napster, but with the first like file sharing thing. Oh yeah, I was just downloading songs left and right. But I rarely buy albums. I think the last album I bought was Foo Fighters, the one with a Hero and Everlong. And
I think it's actually the album is Everlong.
Is it Everlong?
I think it is.
Yeah, I fucking love Everlong and Hero. That's those two songs. Hero is probably overtaken Everlong in my opinion as the better song. I don't know, but you're talking about why were you talking about System of a Down?
Oh, because you said Rolling and then I said Rolling Suicide, which is it's I think. Rolling Suicide. That should be Chop Suey, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's Toxicity.
What's their biggest hit?
Toxicity or Chop Suey.
How do they go? And I'm putting you on the spot here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I like the songs. Yeah, I never had an album.
Oh, dude, I'm like so into albums. It's ridiculous.
You're a music guy.
I love music. I'm so my comedy is inspired by music. Like the way that I write my jokes is in four lines, like 4 bars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like I think what are those called? Stanzas. I'm not sure exactly what they're called, but the 4-bar situation, that same way that like rappers will write their raps. Like I do it the same exact way.
Yeah, they say everyone has their 16 bars, right?
And that's exactly how I write it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Has anyone ever like picked that up? Like, you know what? The way you fucking talk up there, it's like in bars. Has anyone ever noticed?
No, people don't listen to me when I'm on stage.
No, that's not true, dude. You know what? That is not true. Because the one thing I love about your comedy, man, is like you are the immovable object once you're on stage. You know what I mean? But that's like nothing is gonna fucking phase you. You sit up there and you're gonna take your time and you're gonna do your thing, like no matter what's going on around you, man. That's why I'll fuck with you. It's like, God damn, you know what? That's the fucking confidence we should all have when we're up there, right?
Right.
Because you should be in control of the fucking crowd, not the other way around.
That's right.
Right?
It's literally your job is to be commanding the room.
Yeah.
It's to, like, dude, comedy is there's so many levels, right? So it's like, literally the job of a comedian, obviously, is to tell ha-has, right? You're supposed to be telling goofs.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be able to lead the room through a little journey, right? And you want to keep all of them along, they're like, you're like a shepherd and they're like your little sheep.
Yeah.
You want to keep all of them along the ride. And if you can't do that, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You gotta do it again the next night.
Exactly.
You gotta keep trying until you figure out how to keep people entertained and how to keep their attention.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I say, man, you're full of shit when you say people don't listen to you. People listen to you immediately, man. There's something about you. I know you know what you're doing when you get up there. Like it's very intentional. Yeah, it's very intentional. You're very good at because definitely stage presence plays into it a lot, right? And you've got the kind of, man, I'm sucking your dick big time. Yeah. No, but it's just the truth. I feel like I like giving credit where credit is due. And that also means that where credit is not due, I don't fucking give it.
Right.
Like, if you're coming off the stage and you had a bad set and I'm coming up next, like, I'm not going to give you a fucking fist bump. Like, we both know what happened, dude. It's like, it serves no purpose for me to tell you you killed it when you did it.
Right.
That's not going to make you a better comic, and all I'm doing is lying.
Right.
Yeah. So like, it makes it awkward though. When I'm walking by, it's like, I don't know what to do. I'm not going to fist bump you.
What's really awkward is when you meet those delusional comics that are like, I just fucking murdered, and it was like crickets the whole time. Yeah. Have you run into that yet?
Yeah, I don't
like just straight up delusional.
I don't
people,
understand that. I don't understand how that happens.
Mental illness.
It's like, yeah. I honestly don't get that. It's like, are you just like not aware of what's happening, or like? It must be, I don't know, like if I had to guess, it must be some kind of thing where they're almost kind of just blacking out. They're really just kind of trapped in their own mind as they're performing and not necessarily being in the moment and like being open to what's happening.
They're not there.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not present.
Yeah, almost like an outer body experience. More so inner body, right? Because if it was outer body, you'd fucking see what's going on in the room. I'm guessing that's what has to happen because I know for sure which doesn't work for me. It's fucking apparent. It was like it's hard to deny. But I like what you said about how it is the comic's job to basically command the room and take people on a journey. That's why I'm sure you've seen it before when, especially at open mics, when people like maybe like 2 minutes into their set, they'll just go, "Okay, so what else do you guys want to talk about?" That drives me fucking nuts.
Me too.
It's like, what do you mean? What else do we want to talk about? It's your fucking 5 minutes. You fucking,
Well, it's
you
open
talk
mic
to
shit.
us.
That's just open micer shit.
I know, but it's like, come on, man. You got 5 minutes. You don't cover the 5 minutes and you got nothing else. Do some crowd work. Don't say what else do you guys want to
Right.
talk about because you just given up all of your authority. On the mic, you're giving up all your power. And now whatever little audience is there, know like, okay, this guy can't take us on this journey. This guy,
Right.
Yeah,
You
this
have a
guy's
weak
not gonna
captain.
handle it. Yeah, exactly.
He's weak.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's just shit that people pick up and they don't. I don't know. I think I had this problem. I did have this problem when I was when I first started. It was like I did so many open mics, and that's like a blessing and a curse because it was great to hone, like to figure out what my voice and like figure out what I wanted to talk about and how to talk about certain things. But it also kind of got me in this loop of like it was just always a party all the time, right?
Yeah.
And then you start picking up habits on stage, like what you just said. What do you guys want to talk about? That's like open micer shit. That's shit that's like you should do more shows. Because if you're doing more shows, you're gonna realize like when I do this, no one laughs. I get no response. I need to stop doing this, right? Whatever this is, whatever that thing is, you'll break that habit if you start psychoanalyzing and really evaluating your sets, recording them, right? Video, audio, whatever it may be. If you start recording your sets and you're seeing like, oh, this doesn't fucking work, but in open mics, if you just do open mics, people are going to respond to you. They're going to give you a topic of what they want to talk about. But at a showcase, hardly ever. You're going to lose, like you said, you're going to lose the room.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the crux of it, right? Is like, obviously, we all start at open mics, and you don't really have any other choice but to get on open mics because no one's going to book you. But, I've been talking with a few comics about this lately. I don't know how it's come up, but, the getting trapped in the open mic scene, right? And how it's a danger, how you, like you said, you start building habits where you end up really just playing to the comics instead of like when
Right.
you're in a showcase.
Right.
The job is to make the crowd laugh, not the comics, right? So
That's right.
Building habits like when a joke doesn't work, you just start fucking attacking the crowd because that's going to make the comics laugh. But it's like in reality, that's not going to make you a better comic, man. But the thing is, if you're starting out as an open micer, it's hard as hell to get booked. Right? How do you get on a show if you are an open micer? Like you've been at it for 5 years, right? So
This month.
Congratulations.
It's my 5th year this month.
Congratulations to me. I think I hit the 1 year mark yesterday or today.
That's
actually.
exciting.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, that was if it was yesterday, that was a great way to celebrate, my 1 year mark.
Yeah, dude.
That was fantastic. But I guess what advice would you give, to an open micer right now on how to get on, more shows so they can actually, start getting more experience in front of crowds as opposed to just performing in front of comics, which is what open mics mostly are.
Well, I used to do this where what I would do is because I had that same problem. I still do. It's hard for me to get booked on certain shows. Like there's some shows I'll never get booked on, and that's just my reality. It's just who I am. I'm a certain kind of comic. Not everyone's gonna fuck with me. You either love me or you hate me, right? So I've had to navigate that a lot, especially when you're first coming up. You just have to find the open mics that are just like shows that have an audience, and they're out there.
Yeah.
There's open mics that are out there,
Yeah.
and you can't miss them. Like, go make sure you're at those rooms because the more often you're at those rooms, the better you're going to get. And the better you get on stage, that's Joey Diaz says it best. Network on stage. What is this? I want to network with you at the bar. Go fuck yourself. Either I'm funny or I'm not funny. And that's up for you to decide. And I don't care either way how you feel about it. Either I am or I'm not funny to you. If I'm funny to you, great, book me. That's it. And that's like the mentality you got to have with people. It's like, dude, if you fucking think I'm funny, just book me. All this politics bullshit, it's none of my business. I'm here to tell jokes, goofs. That's all I'm here for. So, just be funny on stage all the time, like as much as possible, and do it at rooms that are like shows. Because then you're building yourself up to like, this is how it's going to be when I'm at a show. Like this open mic has 5 to 15 people in it. Great. Do that room as often as possible. Being a producer yourself is another way to get booked.
Yeah, Chris Posadas was telling me yesterday. You used to actually have quite a few mics, then you produced shows before too, right? Chris was telling me, yeah.
Yeah.
You even had one at a church.
He did?
No, you did. Right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
You remember?
A church. No, I did a show at a church. That's
interesting, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How the hell does that even happen?
That used to be booked by Zorba. Zorba, I think it's Zorba Hughes. He's dressed real dapper all the time, and he can freestyle rap like a motherfucker. He's very funny. He was booking that room, and the whole stage was like when you're at a church, like where the pastor, that's where you were standing.
That is so trippy.
Yeah, we're up there, and it wasn't like good. Like I wouldn't say it's not that they weren't good people, but they were like. They're just homeless people. They're there to eat. Like they were serving food, and as everyone was eating that free food, we were doing jokes. So we were able to be as raunchy as we wanted to in God's house, in the Lord's house.
Yeah.
So up there talking about eating ass, and, sucking cock, and doing whatever I want to talk. Talk about whatever, and the Lord was with me. So that was fun. And Chris Posadas actually got a picture of me, a little video of me on that stage. So it's funny you said that. No, yeah, I used to run a lot of shows. Warhol Kaufman and I used to run shows together. Detox and I used to run shows together. I've solo ran shows. Within 4 months of doing comedy, I was booked in Lodi running a show and I was getting paid like $500 or $600 a show.
Oh,
yeah. So that was my 4th month. So I've been on the grind, bro. It's so crazy because these 5 years, I hadn't taken a break once. Damn. It was like 5 mics a night. I was homeless twice.
Whoa.
It was nonstop comedy, no matter what.
Whoa.
Yeah, bro. And it never ended. So when I ended up leaving San Francisco 9 months ago, almost 10 months ago, it was because I had a really bad one of these habits you pick up. And I was like severely addicted to cocaine. Like, I mean, bad.
Yeah.
I was a fucking animal, dude. And, it just got to this point to where I needed to get sober. I lost everything. I lost all my friends. I lost all my, I was in a relationship that was going nowhere fast. I mean, this relationship was going nowhere. I had lost every girl that I did want to be with that, you know what I mean? Like everything, lost everything. My job, lost all my money, lost everything. So I went to the desert of LA for 9 months. That was my first time taking a break from comedy in almost 5 years. So I hadn't taken any breaks, and now I'm back. So it's like, I don't know exactly where this tangent came from, but 5 years of comedy is it's a lot of work. So producing shows and shit, it's a lot of work. Being a producer is a lot of fucking work.
It is. There's a lot to unpack there. And if you want more water, let me know. We can get you more water because you are killing that water, dude.
I was drinking pretty heavy last night.
Yeah. You want some more water?
No, I'll be all right.
All right. Yeah. Anytime you want more water, I got all the water you
got these little slippers.
Yeah, the Asian household folks. There you go.
Absolutely.
Another at-home episode. Dude, how long? Those stints when you were homeless, how long did that last for?
The first time I was homeless, like 5 or 6 months.
Oh, so a good chunk of time, man.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like forever when you're sleeping on Bart, you're and then Warhol Kaufman and his ex-girlfriend, they put me up in their house once or twice, a week, which was cool. I had other comics who would put me up in their house for once or twice ever. It's a beautiful thing. Fuck, dude, getting out of the street is a blessing. You know, I'm forever grateful and appreciative to those people. And the second time I was homeless, I was in my truck, and that was only for 2 or 3 months.
But that was a better situation, I'm assuming. Yeah, right.
It was like an apartment on wheels.
Yeah.
It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
This one time I fucking I fell asleep at the wheel. I was parked, but I was in my driver's seat and I drank a whole bottle of wine. And for some reason I had my car on for the heater, and I left it on all night, and it like was fucking dry.
Oh wow. Holy shit.
It had no gas in the morning.
Okay. So it sounds like you were going through a lot in those days. You're battling some inner demons, I'm assuming, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moral of that story, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I've been we all got those demons, everyone's got them, and some people
every stand-up's fucked up.
Oh yeah, especially in the stand-up world.
Yeah,
stand-ups
we're all
are
fucked up,
dude.
It's a spectrum, some people are more fucked up than others, but make no mistake, folks, we are all fucked up.
Every comic is on the spectrum.
Yeah. On the spectrum of being fucked up. Not necessarily autism. There's definitely some comics out there like, oh yeah, that person's definitely autistic, dude.
Yeah, bro. There's a few.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with
being autistic, but they are.
Not, but they are.
But they are autistic.
Yeah, they are autistic. I believe in calling a spade a spade.
Elon's got one of them fucking his Asperger's or something.
They just got rid of that diagnosis because it's no longer Asperger's. I believe it's just autism now, because they used to be like its own little category. It's a form of autism, but I think now they're saying no, it belongs in there. It's definitely autism.
Wow, so he's autistic.
Yeah,
That's
obviously very highly functioning.
Oh yeah,
so highly. Have you ever seen that Netflix series Love on the Spectrum?
No.
It's as great as it sounds. It follows like 10 autistic, young adults around and their journey to find love, because a lot of them really just want a relationship and want to be in love. It's very fascinating. It's a feel good watch, man, because of their lack of understanding social cues and things like that. They're just very upfront about what they want in a woman and being on a date. Surprisingly, they're looking for more of a deep connection. Like they really just want to be in love, and they're just really upfront about what they want. It's very fascinating, man. I can't recommend it enough. It's very good, feel good watching. Yeah. So how did you end up eventually getting out of homelessness? Like what turned it around?
I got good dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I put it down, dog. I'd be slanging it up and down the street. Who wants it? Because I got it. All I need is a place to stay. And I'll tell you right now, I eat pussy. I'll do it all. And a lot of people, they don't eat pussy. Well, when you're homeless, you got no choice. Because if you want to eat, you better start eating. And you better start eating it quick, dog. You better eat it like you're homeless. And that's
seriously what got you out of it. Wow.
Yeah. I met a chick on Tinder. And I was living in my truck, and her and I were going back and forth, whatever. And then, over time, I just moved in. I'd go there to shower and fuck, and then I'd leave. And then she was like, I don't want you to live in your truck, and
damn, you were slanging some real good shit.
Dog, I put it down. I'm a big boy, but I put it down.
Oh, yeah, goddamn. Well,
I get all sweaty, and it's a beautiful thing. Gets a little musky.
Oh man, you know what? That's probably the last thing people expected to hear, how to get out of homelessness. It's like,
dude, it's crazy. I was getting my dick sucked more when I was homeless than now that I have money.
That's so crazy, man.
Isn't that strange?
It's very strange. You think it'd be the opposite.
Chicks want to save you.
Yeah.
I'm about to go back to being homeless just to get another girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's weird. Chicks want to feed you. They want to, and I want to be fed.
Yeah.
And I want drinks. And they want to buy me drinks. I want drinks.
Damn. I mean, your game must be on point then, man, to be able to turn it around like that. I mean, I guess there is such a thing, the stereotype about women is they want to change a man, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe there's part of that, I can lift him up out of the situation.
I can fix him.
Yeah, I can fix him, right?
I'm doing better now, so maybe it worked.
Maybe it did.
Maybe it worked. I had to go through a lot to get here, but
you know what? The people who have to go through a lot but end up making it through end up becoming like the best people in the world, quite honestly, right? Mm. Not only are they more the most fascinating people, most interesting people to talk to, but generally speaking, they're honestly the most down to earth and the nicest because they've been through some shit. Right? They have more perspective,
right,
compared to someone who's been spoon fed their whole life. and it tends to have a more. I don't know, I guess you can see them. You can just call them spoiled kids and lack of perspective.
Oh, I call them
right?
J-cats.
J-cats.
Yeah. It's a house cat that acts like they're a street cat, but really they're from the house. Like I'm an alley cat. I've been out here in the streets.
Yeah.
It's where I thrive.
Yeah, literally.
But these J-cats, they come from outside. They're like, meow, meow, meow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you need to get your ass back inside where it's safe because it's not safe in this alley.
J-cats. I've never heard that before. What's the...
I think it's a prison term.
Yeah.
And I've kind of gentrified it to my liking. Because when I first moved out here, I can't call people what... where I'm from,
where are you from?
I'm from the Central Valley, California, by Stockton.
All right.
Stockton, Modesto.
Yeah, 209.
Yeah, the 209, baby. And... we used to use a lot of words that are not allowed anymore. And, it kind of got to this point where it's like, I can't call you guys what I really want and my heart want to call you. So I'll call you a J-cat or a lobster.
A lobster?
It's a bottom feeding sea crustacean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. When you call someone a lobster.
Yeah, they're fucking They're lobsters.
Yeah.
You're a little nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I had to create my own slang.
I like that. Lobster. It makes a lot of fucking sense. I mean, lobsters, that used to be food for the slaves. Yeah. It's like fucking, I mean, if there's gonna be one good thing about slavery, well, what a fucking sentence to say.
Yeah.
Huh? It's like it's gotta be my
episode that you're being racist, huh?
I know, fucking. Here's what I think is good about slavery.
Yeah.
It's like fucking.
That's gonna be the title of this episode. Why slavery was a good thing.
I know, Jesus, what a fucking statement.
Well, the pyramids got built.
Oh,
and
man.
we got good seafood out of it.
But you know what? There's actually there are theories about the pyramids being built that it actually wasn't done by slaves because
slaves are dumb.
Yeah, and it's actually it's very this is very highly skilled work, and the precision that it took is like, no, you don't make slaves do that. You get highly skilled craftsmen to work on something like that. And I think they discovered barracks and all things like that. And I mean, honestly, all this information that I get, don't quote me on, I just get it from the Joe Rogan podcast, because he gets a bunch of different people on his podcast, and that's what I like about it, right?
Yeah.
He gets comedians, he gets MMA fighters, he gets these scientists on, and you get a little bit of everything. And then just because he's a comedian too, it's just going to be more interesting than usual, because he'll just have an interesting take and interesting questions. You fuck with Joe Rogan?
Yeah. I like Joe Rogan. Yeah. He's actually in my newest bit. I just wrote a bit about how I was working at the strip club, how girls would come in flustered. They'd be like, "I don't. This guy wants me to shit on him." And she's like, "I don't know if I want to shit on him or not." And I'm like, "Well, how much are they gonna pay you?" $10,000. $10,000. And I start feeling like Joe Rogan on Fear Factor. There's $10,000. And I'm like, just shit on him. Shit on him. You can do it. I believe in you. Shit on him.
That's fucking hilarious. That's a great bit, man. So you did used to manage a strip club.
Yeah. I used to live inside the strip club too.
Which strip club? Can you say it or you can't?
I'm not going to.
Okay, better not.
But it's one in San Francisco. It's one of the strip clubs in San Francisco. I've said it enough on different podcasts and shit. At this point, it's like, fuck them. Yeah. I love a lot of the people that work there, and they still reach out to me and shit. But the manager who's over there, he's going nuts, and he's punching holes in the walls and screaming at the girls, and he's on hell drugs. It's exactly what I was.
Yeah,
I was out of control, bro.
Is it one of those things where? I'm assuming every guy here is oh, manager of a strip club. I bet that's just a fucking dream. But the reality of it is quite the opposite. It's just fucking a hell job.
Well, yeah. I mean, you really have to, being a manager of any company it's a lot of work. And then you include the fact that not only are you managing a business, you're also managing 60 psychopaths, right? Because strippers are just like comedians. Very, very similar.
We're all fucked in the head.
All fucked.
Yeah.
Maybe there's 3 out of those 60 who are mentally well. God bless them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just in it for the money. It's good money. They're going to put themselves through school.
It's great money. It's great money. Sex sells better than anything in this world. It's great, great money. But they're they're there for that, and they're there to get out. They want to make their money. They want to get out. There's girls there that have been there since before I was born.
Damn.
94.
Damn. How good did these girls look at that point?
Well, there's one that she was pretty cute. She was like in her maybe late 40s. She's actually like when you used to Google the name of the strip club, her name would be the first result. Like,
Oh, okay.
club name. Her name was Tiffany.
Oh, so she's the headliner.
She was the head. She was the main act, dog.
Okay,
like everybody.
yeah.
She was because she gave up fucking hand jobs like
Oh.
hotcakes, dude. She had a way of just fucking jerking someone off and getting their nut and making her money. She was the highest earning girl on the day shift for so many years. So you have girls like that are like not right in the head.
Yeah.
Like there's something fucking wrong with them. I'm not saying that being in the industry forever makes something wrong with you, but there's like girls that are just fucking psychos. Like that's just straight up, they're not right at all.
Like, what would
they're
be
on
an
drugs.
example of psycho behavior from a stripper?
There was a girl that, and this is partially to blame to the club as well, because we should have done something better. This is before I was a manager. There was a girl who was like, she would like go into the room with a dude and woo 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 whatever, they'd be doing whatever, and then all of a sudden she pulled the baggie, they start doing drugs, right? Like blow. And this one dude starts having a heart attack, and she gets up and walks out of the room and doesn't tell anybody.
Holy shit.
Goes and just walks like nothing happened and continues working. This dude is dying.
Yeah.
He died.
God damn.
She did the same exact shit the next fucking weekend.
Holy shit.
Dude is having a heart attack. Fucking dying. This is a second time. The first one I just told you, he's dead. This is already the next weekend.
God damn.
Another dude's having a heart attack off the drugs that she's giving him because she has fucked drugs. She had fucked up drugs. And that's what I'm talking about. Just psycho shit. Like
God
just
damn.
no regard for other people, doing whatever it takes to get your money, like putting money over everything. And those type of people are not right. And that's one example. Another example is we had a girl who, and she was like she was foreign, but white foreign, the worst kind of foreign. Mm-hmm. White foreign people are my least favorite humans on this planet. You're white and you're from another place and you're here. I fucking don't like you.
Why is that?
I don't like the mentality. I don't like the arrogance. I don't like any of that. They come here with their fucking accents and their money and then go fuck themselves with it. But anyways, this lady was like from Serbia or some shit. Like just like what, like very white and wealthy. And I don't like that. And
very
was
like entitled.
that was the word I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Very entitled. Like Australians. Okay. Do you like Australians?
I've never really met Australians, man.
Fuck them to death.
They're very entitled.
I don't like Australians as a whole. One are the, every few so often you find a nice Australian, God bless them. But those are just like, it's a different kind of dirty white. I'm a dirty white person. I'm white trash. That's just who I am. Those people are like a different breed. Those are the worst people from like England or wherever the fuck they come from. And they've shot them over to Australia. And now it's just a bunch of just psychopath, criminal fucks. And then they go and they make businesses. They think that they know coffee. They're like so snobby about coffee. Suck me. I make good coffee. Okay. And I'm from Stockton. All right. You don't have to be from the land down under to make a good fucking cup of espresso. You fucking idiots. Bro, I worked for an Australian company. Those fucks are so just arrogant bastards.
Okay. So that's where it comes from. It has nothing to do with the strip club. This is you working for an Australian company. I thought there's a lot of like Australian strippers or something.
The stripper I'm talking about, she's Serbian. So she would do a dance, and I'd be like, I think her name was Bria, Bree. I don't know. Bree, time's up. You knock on the little thing, the little curtain.
Yeah.
She'd be in there for another 5-10 minutes. That's already 2 more dances. That's already. She owes me more money now. Time. It's in there for another 5-10 minutes. Time. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you. And then she tries to like play it off like I didn't just say time 3-4 times. And then she acts like she didn't make any more extra money in there. I have cameras. I know what's going on in there. Just
God, and that's like on a nightly and daily basis.
That was
isn't
nightly
it?
with her.
Yeah,
we finally had to fire her.
Yeah, I have to say, man, managing a strip club sounds like a big fucking headache, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess another assumption that guys would make is you must have been getting tons of ass while being a manager of a strip club. Is that at least true?
I mean, I dated a dancer from my club. I've dated 2 strippers. One was at the club that I was working at, and another one was working at one on Broadway, the Condor. And she was, so I dated her. But the girl that I was working for me, we dated for like a year and a half.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Like,
Yeah, we had a good relationship. We still talk to this day.
Okay.
We're friendly.
So she's one of the few like mentally healthy.
No, she's probably fucked up in the head too. I mean, we're all fucked up. She's definitely not right. I mean, she dated me, so she's got to be fucked up, dog. It's got to be fucked up. The one from Condor was, I think, a little bit more mentally sane or mentally well. But that's not the girl that worked for me.
How long did you do that for? Managing a strip club?
Like 3 years.
Oh, so that's a good while, man.
Yeah, I was 23 when I got that job.
How does a 23-year-old become a manager of a strip club?
We used to do
dude?
comedy there.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was helping Detox set up. Have you ever met Detox?
No, I've heard the name. I've never actually met him though.
He used to run that show, and I would help him set up and break down every night. Like it was like twice a week. So I'd help him set up the show, break down the show every fucking weekend. And the night manager, the guy who still works there, who's off his rocker right now. I hope he gets better, but he's fucking not right. That's what I've been getting calls left and right. Anyways, so he was like, dude, I see your work ethic. You're dope. We need a daytime DJ. Fucking take the job. You'll make a lot of money. And at the time I was working for Cafe X, which was the robotic coffee company in San Francisco. You saw the arm. You ever saw that?
Oh, so you do make good coffee then?
Oh,
yeah,
dog,
you're serious. Yeah.
I make good coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
I worked for the Australian company. Was Bluestone Lane in San Francisco.
Okay.
I make great coffee.
All right.
Okay. So he convinces me. I try it out and it worked. Like I made more money than I ever made in one day. It was like cash money. So I was like, fuck, I'll do it. So I stayed, and within a month, because I was eating a lot of Adderall. And that's the answer to your question. Really, is Adderall is how you get promoted as a 23-year-old. Because I was taking like 120 milligrams for breakfast.
Damn,
that was a lot.
What started that?
Man, you got great questions. What started that was I used to help run the Tahama 33 show. Justin Carisi was
okay. I know Justin Carisi. He's a good guy. He was part of it. Him.
He was part of the production team, and I was like a 33 degrees separation kind of thing. I was part of the production team, but not. There was like 3 of them. It was Meredith Slaughter, Justin Carisi, and Chris Riggins.
Okay,
I think that's who it was. And Meredith Slaughter had this undying love for me, and she would have me set up the lights or whatever the fuck, just kind of, she'd pay me to be there. She was just paying me to be Mark Noyer in a fucking penthouse suite where this show was going on.
Nice.
So it was a blessing.
Yeah.
And through process of elimination, people were having drugs over there, and I got hooked on Adderall there. And then the strip club, I started getting it for cheap as fuck. I'd get it a 130 milligram pill for $3, $4. So I'd buy 80 of them at once. And I'd just be eating them.
Is Adderall, is that the one that writers are all on?
Writers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Adderall, right?
Adderall is just meth in a pill.
Yeah, I think it is Adderall. That, from what I know, a lot of journalists and writers really rely on it, to help them.
Absolutely.
Help them focus and just help them stay up and fucking write for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the journalism sucks now, because it's all fucking just drug addicts that don't actually get that they're addicted to these drugs, just writing shit.
Yeah, and then everything's just all about it's all clickbaity and the actual journalistic integrity is just out the window these days.
Gone.
Yeah,
shit's gone.
It's crazy. It's man, but one thing I did want to touch on is you said something earlier that I really liked, and that is people either love you or hate you, and I feel like that's actually where you want to be. You don't want to be middle of the road, because you'll never, I feel like nothing's ever going to happen really for anyone who's just middle of the road, because you're not fucking noticeable.
Right.
You want to be in a point where you're actually polarizing, because you actually get a lot more heat on you that way a lot more. I feel like you stand out way more, and so I think that's a great thing that you have that effect. Because people are fucking noticing. You know what? When you were in SoCal, Luis, fucking Luis Perez.
Good people.
Yeah, he was telling me like you were like one of the only two comics, in his opinion, that when you come into a room, like you feel like the energy change, or like you have that kind of effect, right? So I think, to me, like when you have that kind of presence, that's a good thing. You wanna be fucking sticking out, because there's a fucking ton of us comics, right? So if you're plain Jane, middle of the road, how are you ever gonna get noticed?
That's right.
But if and plus, when you're polarizing like that means you're actually saying something interesting. You have, you're taking a stance on something. There's actually something you believe in, and I feel like that's the way it should be. Right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for everybody.
No, it's not.
It's not for everybody. Being yourself is not for everybody, and that's really what it comes down to. And I've said this on another podcast. I'll say it again. If you can get over the fact that not everyone's going to like you, you're going to go a lot farther. Because not people get so caught up in are they going to like me? Are they not going to like me? Who knows? Who gives a fuck? Who cares if they like you or don't like you? Do you like you? Are you working on bettering that? Are you working on liking you? Because how are you ever going to be? Lauryn Hill says that. How are you going to win if you're not right within? How? You're not. You can't. It's not possible. You have to get right within yourself. And being yourself, people are going to love that, but they're going to fucking not. And that's none of my business.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what they feel.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking satisfying to say and to mean it, because for a long time, dog, I wouldn't take my shirt off at the pool. I fucking wouldn't even take my shirt off during sex. I was so uncomfortable with myself, and bro, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. My shoes smell. I don't give a fuck. These ones are nice. Now I don't smell as bad. You know what I mean? Now I got my, everything's good.
Yeah, you smell nice today.
Fuck, dude, I used to smell like a fucking moose. I used to smell like a fucking dog, dude. And now, I got my life. I got my fucking life back, dude. I got everything back. Everything that was taken from me that I did to myself, I lost on my own accord. It's kind of all coming back. I got an envelope right there full of fucking money.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Huh? Not a bad thing at all. Dude.
10 months ago, I was fucking picking up cigarette butts to smoke them. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Bro. And it's not like it came overnight. It was hard. It's hard. Life is not fucking easy. But it's if you stay true to you, and you just, you got to do what's right for you. Like I said, you got to get right within, because that's what's going to end up making you succeed. You got to find either you're going to be in the middle of the road. Like you said, you could be in the middle of the road. That's two types of people. You're going to either be in the middle of the road, you're going to put on that facade every day, you're going to act like everything's okay and everything's fine, and you're going to smile even though you feel like shit inside. And that's kind of right there in the middle. You're going to be yourself, where you're just either, fuck, I'll just tell you exactly how I feel whenever I feel it. I have, who's going to stop me? You know what I mean? I'm not on social media right now, right? I'm not on, when I'm out and about, I'm out in real life, I'm not on social media. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Zuckerberg can't stop me. Now, if I'm talking shit, that's different. But I'm saying this is how I feel. I feel this way about this topic. No one can censor me and block me and, oh, you've been reported and banned for 90 days. You just be yourself in real life. People get so caught up in the internet. It's if you're just yourself in real life and really be you, who the fuck can stop you? No one. Just be you.
Yeah, I mean, so going to SoCal for 9, was that a big part of that transition to not
giving a fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time since I actually gave a fuck.
Yeah.
But I'd say the last 2, taking mushrooms definitely helped. I took 4 grams of mushrooms September 1st, 2020. And 4 grams of mushrooms. You ever taken mushrooms?
Yeah.
4 grams of mushrooms is enough to do it to you.
Yeah.
And it did it to me.
Yeah.
And I was I just got it. I just understood.
Yeah, it tends to have that kind of effect on people.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it when I did.
Yeah, I love mushrooms. So yeah, it's kind of been like this journey, this slow process. Nothing happens overnight.
No.
And it's been a slow process. And then when I got away from the hard drugs, when I was able to like really clear my head of the coke and the Adderall, and really didn't even do many mushrooms at all since I've been sober. I was just really able to, I was living in a house that was there were zero of the doors worked. I didn't have a door on my bedroom. The hot water didn't work. There was cockroaches everywhere. There was like maggots. It was like fucking. We lived on a farm, so there was like hundreds of thousands of flies. I wasn't living in a luxurious situation. I was in my own special hell. Mm-hmm. I was in my own little rehab that I created with my best friend. I love him to death, and I'm so appreciative. That's actually where all that money's gone. I'm going to send it to him today. So appreciative of what he did for me. But yeah, that 9 months is like, just helped me grow up. Cause you're 41. Yeah. That's bananas. We have to talk about this in a little bit. Yeah, that's bananas.
Talk about it. Yeah.
I'm 26. So I'm gonna be 27 next month. And I've always I've just been feeling like I'm 21 still. Like, I just feel like a kid. And now I'm feeling like I'm grown up. Like, especially with this job I have, like, bro, like I feel like I feel like I'm a grown man now.
Yeah,
it's weird.
What's your new job? You don't have to say the company, but what's
it's
your
marketing and sales. Okay. So basically, I market door to door. Okay. And I sell door to door. Yeah. And I make a lot of money doing it.
It's going good for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard job.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not for everyone, man.
But I'm a stand-up comedian. Yeah. So it's already my job to do face-to-face marketing. Right. And what do I sell? Me. Mm-hmm. Right. So I'm just like, I'm already literally doing what I do for my job. I've already been doing for 5 years. Yeah. Talking to strangers. I do that all day, every day. What's new? So it just clicked. It was so easy.
Oh, that's great, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like you find the perfect lane. It's almost still like an outlet for you in a way, but now you're making hella money from doing it too. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's fantastic. Because I was saying, I saw you posted some pictures here, like some sort of like leadership conference. Yeah. Look like The Sopranos. I was like, look at this guy. What is this guy's new job all about, man? Looking like a mob boss over here with the aviator sunglasses and the suits. I was like, he's definitely doing better, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? You may be 27, but you've definitely packed a lot of life in those years, dude.
That's what I tell people at work. Yeah. I work with a bunch of young kids, like 18, 19.
It's not necessarily the numbers. It's like, what have you done with your actual life? How much have you actually lived?
Experience.
Yeah, exactly. Because you sure you don't want more water, man?
Fuck it. We'll take some more water.
I'll take a little break real quick. I know David Dominguez lives here.
Does he?
Toothbrush lives in Hayward. Nate Spears. I'm just giving away people's homes.
Nate Spears.
He's
dating Sarah, right?
Sarah
Jambruno or whatever.
Gambo. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I just recently met him at a show.
Black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just recently met him at a show, so I don't know.
I know him. I don't know why when you said his name like that, I was like, Nate Spears.
There's a lot of fucking comics in the Bay Area, man. Oh, did he?
Yeah, well, that's my fault, dude. Okay, so he had posted that he needed somebody. This is when I was on drugs, bro, and I was on drugs bad. And he had posted a couple days prior to this that he was like, "Oh, I'm moving. I need help." Da, da, da. And I was like, I'm down. And I spent the whole night jerking off on coke, and had him wait outside the house for 2 hours. Damn. Well, I'm just fucking trying to come so bad. Just high on drugs. I hop in the shower. The high won't go away. So I'm just I'm still sweating. Now I'm wet and I'm sweating. And I come out just looking like something else, dude, just profusely sweating. And he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Here I am. Yeah. Either you want my help or you don't. And I was no help at all. Yeah. I'm trying to pick up stuff. I'm having to take a break every 5 seconds. I'm like, dude, my heart's going to explode right now. I couldn't drink enough water. I I fucked up that friendship. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose it's gonna happen, right? When you're doing what you're doing, and
Yeah.
either people will forgive you and see that you're turning things around, or people won't, and I guess you can't really hold it against them. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. Like when people, and people are like, Mark was a fucking, just a total piece of shit. You're right. I was.
Yeah.
Totally was.
But that's what I mean, though. Like, when people who've gone through a lot and make it out the other end come out better people than most, because you have that kind of perspective, because that is a lot of people, would say, no, fucking forgive me. What the fuck? Come on. How'd you see that? I like that. It's like, no, you know what? I fucked up. I did them wrong. It's like, hey, I apologize. And then it's really up to you. I understand if you don't want to forgive me, you're totally justified.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna move on with my life. And,
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where that like I said, you pack a lot of years in your young life, man. It's like that's probably why I fuck with you, honestly, dude. Like, because you can tell when people have been through some shit, and it's like, because there's because like I said, I'm fucking 41, and a lot of comics are like 22, 23, 24, 25,
right.
And well, they're definitely nice and cool, but like the people that I tend to hang out with the exception of Luis Perez. Because that young fuck has like fucking knows a lot of old like references for some reason. He knows a lot of old knowledge.
I love that fool.
Yeah. But
I love him a lot.
But for the most part, the comics that I end up hanging out with, tend to be on the older side. Like Xavier's like 37, 38.
Yeah.
Chris Posadas is the same thing. It's just like, I naturally drift towards people who have more life experiences because I don't know. I guess a lot of shared perspective, like we kind of see through the bullshit, of the community.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like there's some bullshit going on, but at the end of the day, you just got to keep moving forward. You can't let it eat you up inside.
That's right.
Even though the bullshit shouldn't be happening, there's no reason for it. But it's like, what are you gonna do? You can either dwell on it and let it eat you up inside, and you're not gonna become a better comic, or just say fuck it and don't let it get you down.
Right.
Find a way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, comedy. Fuck, dude. The comedy politics is so strange. Like, I don't even check bacon. I don't even check it. If there's an open mic or something going on, someone's gonna tell me, and I'll be there. You know what I mean? I'll see it. But to go on that bacon anymore, it's just like, it's just drama.
Mm-hmm.
It's just people wanting something to say, and everyone just wants to be heard. And I get it. Like, I want to be heard. And now, like, if I do, I feel like it's so weird because, like, when I first started comedy, I was like, everyone fucking likes this guy's comments, and then you realize, like, well, he doesn't comment very often. And now every time I comment, I make sure it's a banger, and I get my little likes, and I'm like, hey, look at me, I'm Mr. Guy. You know what I mean? I'm over here getting my likes. Now, but back when I was like super active in it, no, everyone was like, get the fuck away from my screen, get out of here. Right? So it's just weird. It's like it's just psychology. That's all it is. Like, you can navigate through all that bullshit if you're just able to just play on people's like emotions a little bit, play on it sounds fucked up, but either they're gonna do it to you or you're gonna do it to them. So either fucking you got to figure it out. And that's what I had to do. I had to figure it out.
Yeah. Social media, that it fucking traps a lot of people, man.
Mauricio can't stop doing it. Nothing. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But you're right. There's comics that just like are so hooked into the matrix, like they're in it, and they're in it, and they're gonna stay there.
Yeah.
And they're happy, they're content. They can't wait for the metaverse, and they're gonna put their fucking goggles on, and they're gone, bro. You're never gonna see them again. Some of these people are never. And that's the beautiful thing about comedy. Even if they don't go into the metaverse, they're gonna quit comedy someday. They're gonna quit. Like, how many people I've seen come and fucking go
in the 5 years?
A lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people. Like, and even if they don't completely quit, they go do comedy in a different area. They go do, and now they're in a different echelon of comedy, so you don't have to deal with them. It's great. It's great. All the bullshit that like I've had to navigate through so many people's bullshit. I wish I wouldn't have given such a fuck because they're gone. I don't deal with them anymore. If I see them, it's like, sup, and I move on. Fuck them.
That's pretty much that's how you have to deal with it. You just can't let it fucking get to you, man.
Right.
Yeah. It's. You said you wanted to get into me being 41
Yeah, it's
years
crazy,
old.
dude. I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, most people can't tell it because, like I said, it's like in my bit, right? Fucking the Asian genes.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, I do take good care of myself too. And, you know, I think having an easygoing attitude for the most part, that helps a lot, man. And like fucking, you know, stress can fuck you up in terms of aging, you know, all that. And I tend to fairly be low stress. And then, you know, I do a lot to, my wife's really into fucking dermatology. Yeah, she's like she's about as close as you can get to being a dermatologist without being a dermatologist.
Really?
You know, she loves that shit. So she has to be like putting on all these creams and everything.
And she's on like your vlogs?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I was
yeah.
checking you out on the internet. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we used to do this weekly vlog where we would set goals for the week and we try to achieve them. And then, you know, in between, I just show you slices of life, B-roll and everything. It's because I'm a videographer. It's what I do, right? And for me, like one of my dreams has been, you know, to have a successful YouTube channel or just sort of have like your successful anything that's your own. Because when you can have your own audience, build your own audience, that's where the freedom really is, right? I don't fuck with full-time jobs. Not unless I really have to, because it's not in me. You know, it doesn't mean I've never had it. Of course I've had it. You know, as a videographer, you know, I go from, you know, doing my own client work or doing freelance work, but I could never get that super steady. Okay, because it's a lot like comedy in that, you know, like videography, you're just so focused on trying to do good work, on trying to become good. You don't realize that there's actually a whole business side to it, right? And I mean, a lot of comics don't realize that about comedy, you know.
Right.
And, I mean, to be fair, when you're starting out, yeah, you fucking try to get good, but at some point, you're gonna have to become cognizant of the business side because it is a business. And how are you gonna approach the business aspect of comedy? How are you gonna build a following? How are you gonna be able to put butts in seats so that as you go up, people are actually gonna want you in the show because you can sell tickets, right? So you know, having like a successful YouTube channel, a successful podcast, to me, that's where the real freedom is, where you can literally just do whatever the fuck you want and you're making good living. But it's hard as fuck, man. It's so hard to figure out how to, you know, have that successful, you know, whether it's a podcast or YouTube. Because like you said, nothing happens overnight,
That's right.
you know? So it's like, you just got to be consistent. And you can take all the advice of, you know, there's tons of YouTube advice on how to have a successful YouTube channel, a successful podcast. But quite honestly, it's just run of the mill advice. You know, it's just like super generic, and then it's like
Right.
and like these people who are giving it, it's like, you know, I mean, you guys, you're basically just trying to analyze, you know, what successful people are doing, and you're trying to make it into some sort of formula. But I don't know if there really is a formula, man.
I think you're kind of touching it. I when I look at your thing and your podcast, it's all the same thumbnail. The thumbnail is great. It's not the same thumbnail, but it's the same layout for the thumbnail, right?
Yeah.
Almost all of them are all in the boba shop. You have the same kind of font,
Yeah.
right? You have the same kind of title, name, situation. It's all in unison. It's all in uniform, right? So that's how you're going to gain more followers and more subscribers, more views, is by having that repetition. And as you gain subscribers, it's just going to gradually go.
Yeah.
I had dude, like I told you, I've been doing YouTube since I was in eighth grade.
Wow.
Middle school. So I was just doing an audio podcast by myself. And
That's hard, man. Doing it by yourself. That's fucking hard.
I was like, I don't know, what is it, 13, 14 years old. And I'm sitting there just talking about my day, whatever the fuck, 13-year-old shit. And all I ever wanted was to like be successful on YouTube. That's all I ever wanted. I wanted just like to just get paid for my voice. I just wanted to be able to just do what I was doing on the internet and just like get money from it. And obviously, that account has been, I can't even have access to that account anymore. So it sucks. But I have this video that I posted on my new channel, on my my Mark Noyer channel, and I posted it through a year ago, and I thought nothing of it. Threw it on there, biker versus comedian fight. Tell me why it has 126,000 views right now.
What?
I gained 230 subscribers off of it.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
All my videos now have, almost all of them have over 1,000 views.
Whoa. Just because that one video blew up.
Yeah, and I was able to like put all the other videos like at the end, because in the biker video is only 2 minutes long, 3 minutes, perfect. It's perfect.
Was it like a legit fight between a biker and a comedian, or it's like a comedy
He didn't
sketch?
hit me, but I was the comedian in the video.
Okay.
So he didn't put his hands on me, but it was like an argument. Like it was a verbal fight. Like it was like a, so I kind of clickbaited a little bit. And that's what people tell me in the comments. Like, oh, this wasn't a fucking fight, bro. It's like, okay, what do you want? Fight me then. Come find me. We can fight. You know what I mean? You want to fight? Let's fight, dog. That's why it's like I can't be on the, and that's wanting that so bad, all that success, and then like getting it. It was so bittersweet because I'm getting these comments from people, and I'm like, I just want to fucking strangle you pieces of shit.
Well, they say, don't. I mean, going to the YouTube comments section is like it's a fucking minefield, man. Just don't do it.
Right.
It's
Because
like
there were some good ones. There were some nice comments, but there was other real assholes, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure, but it's just like. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's kind of like just like the bullshit in the comedy community, right? You just like don't even fuck with it. It's just not worth the time.
Yeah.
Just keep doing your thing. And the people who fuck with you will fuck with you. And the people who won't, well, you know what? It's good to weed them out anyway then, right?
Right.
Because if you don't fuck with, they don't fuck with what you're doing. What the fuck why are they even watching your thing then?
That's right.
Yeah, that's the thing with like, this whole cancel culture, and I'm starting to sound like a really old man now. That's where my age comes out when I start saying things like that, right? It's just like, okay, if you don't like something you don't like, don't fucking watch it then.
Right.
Obviously, it's not for you.
Right.
There you go. But it's like, no, you got to make everything about you, just because you don't like it. Now you got to cancel this thing, It's like, fucking, when did people get so fucking entitled and dramatic?
It's like, crazy.
It's nuts, and that's where my old man side comes out. But it's funny you mentioned that fight. You're probably not gonna remember this, but the first time I met you was my first time at Swing and Door. You were the last to go up, and you did your thing. You pulled like that big chair up, and so I say, you're gonna take your fucking time. You don't give a shit, right? You're the movable object. And there was this one dude in the bar who was just basically a fucking heckler.
Oh, you were there.
I was there.
This is, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And so you're there, and I'm paying attention. And then there's only like 2 or 3 people in the room at that point, right? Because you're the last one to go up,
right?
I believe. And so, I'm paying attention, and you're basically having a conversation with me, because that's what you do when there's not that many people in the room. You don't act as if there's like fucking 50. You put on, no, you make it a conversation. That's how you make it work.
You be in the room, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're having a conversation and you're doing your act, and this fucking guy's just like, hey, what the fuck? He's getting offended. He got offended at something you said. I don't remember. And then you're just like, dude, what the fuck's your problem? It's like, I'm just fucking telling jokes. So you make it fucking funny then.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is going on here? And you literally stopped your set and you went up to him. You guys just started like going at it verbally, right? And this is my first time like meeting you. This is my first time at fucking Swing and Door. I think this is my 4th time doing stand up at this point. I was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I'll fucking make it funny, all right? You know what I mean? I went right up to him.
But the funniest part is like I ran into you again 2 weeks later at Swing and Door. And then I was like shaking your head. Hey, yeah, you don't remember me. I was like, I fucking met you 2 weeks ago. And I told you, yeah, you almost got into a fight with this guy. And you just said, oh, that happens every night. Yeah. I was just laughing my ass off. I was like, but you told me you actually ended up having drinks with the guy afterwards.
Yeah, he ended up, Ernest Evangelista?
Yeah.
So he ends up, we're like in the final stretch of like getting away from this guy. Cause like, we ended up like shaking hands, having drinks. We're sitting there, and he says that he owns like the bakery or cafe like this around the corner, and we should go there and have drinks. And I like, at first I'm like, okay, whatever. But as I start thinking, how do we go from hooting and hollering to now he wants to like take us away from the bar and this and that, like. And I wanted to just snort blow and go home anyways. I didn't want to go hang out with this fucking guy who's just going to add another fucking nostril to the package. It's me and Ernest. We're snorting blow. And that's all it's going to be. We're going to go home. We're not going to, what are we hang out with this fucking old man for? You know what I mean? It's like 50 something. It's about your age. No, I'm just kidding.
You fucker.
He's in his mid 50s. And, and he starts like kind of doing these like slight gay, like you're gay, like kind of jokes. And I suck cock, but that's none of his business, and he doesn't know it. But he starts insinuating that Ernest and I are gay, and that's what I didn't like, because that's my homie. That's my little homie. I really fuck with Ernest heavily. That's my fucking dog. And you're gonna sit here and start fucking like calling him gay, bro? Go fuck yourself. So I told Ernest, I'm like, hey, dog, we gotta go. Like, let's not do this. The guy was in the bathroom. Ernest was like, no, bro, it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna go hang out. It's going to be a good time. I'm like, no, dog, I don't think you get it. We need to go.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it. We're outside in the front. We're the final stretch of the conversation. We're going to leave. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're walking away. Ernest, this dude says something about Ernest's hair again, like, faggy hair, this or that.
What?
Calling his hair, gay. And he was like, if I didn't have this hair, how would I fuck your daughter? That's what he said to this man, this grown fucking man. You don't know if he has a daughter or not. And this dude fucking like, what the fuck did you say? And starts walking up on Ernest. I'm like, fuck. And he grabs Ernest's hand, his wrist. And he hits Ernest in the face with his own hand.
What?
And Ernest is like, you didn't have to hit me. You didn't have to hit me. And he was like, I didn't hit you. You hit you.
I put the mic closer to you. I want to make sure that. Oh my God.
He said, you didn't have to hit me. You didn't have to hit me. And the dude's like, I didn't hit you. You hit you. It's like stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting it. Like literally, I saw it right.
Oh my God.
It was the funniest, scariest thing I've ever been a part of.
Oh my God. The thing is, like, you had the awareness. You could see, like, this is not going to be good. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But Ernest was just completely fucking clueless. And,
he was on drugs and we're drinking. You know,
but so were you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had enough awareness, though. You can see down the line. Okay, the guy was giving all the red flags. Like, let's just get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wow, that story's even better than I imagined. Holy shit.
Yeah, that dude and I fucking almost went to blows right there in the bar.
Yeah, I remember.
that was crazy.
I remember. That
was crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy night because everyone came in like I was the animal. And all the comics came in from the back like, whoa, Mark, you need to fucking calm down. But it's like, bro, dude, man, let me check it out. I'm going to fuck this fool up. You don't get it. I'm going to throw a fucking beer bottle at him. We're gonna get down. He was asking for it.
Yeah.
That's not my fault.
Yeah.
But it is my fault, right? Then this is, in hindsight, it is my fault. Like, I should have controlled myself. They're not wrong for being like, you need to calm down, because I did need to calm down. I should have been in control. I shouldn't have let this guy control my emotions, my reactions, my comedy. Like, it's not funny. Cool. You know what I mean? Like, don't let it be funny.
Yeah, didn't have to escalate to that point.
Didn't have to escalate that.
Yeah.
But I was on drugs, and I wanted to escalate it, and I wanted to fucking hit the dude. And I wanted him to hit me. You ever had that feeling like, I want to get hit in the fucking face today?
No.
I got it a lot. I did get that feeling a lot.
No, because I used to fight. I did martial arts a lot. So I would get hit in the face. Please do not hit me. That I don't want that. That's the whole point, is to not get hit.
Yeah.
So I don't know that. What is that like? I mean, where does that even come from? Like that mindset, like I want to get hit.
I don't know, dude. I don't know where that comes from. It's probably the same reason why I want my balls to be smashed with a fucking ping pong paddle.
I understand.
Yeah, I like pain. I like it. I think the getting hit in the face is like the ability. If you hit me in the face, I'm gonna fuck your world up, right? And having that, like the green flag, the green light to fuck you up, really gets me going. And I know in order to get to that point, you got to hit me in the face. And then we're getting down. Right? I like to fight. I definitely like to fight. I something about it. I don't like to get drunk. I don't get drunk and then get angry or nothing. I like to do it sober. I fucking fight. I like to street fight. And I don't want to hurt nobody. That's the difference. I don't really want to hurt people.
That's kind of a weird.
I don't want to hurt people.
Yeah.
I want to just fight you. I want to beat you. I want to beat you down, and I want to win, and I'm gonna win. And it's just a matter of how am I gonna win? Because I'm not gonna stomp you out. I'm not gonna hopefully not break any of your bones. I don't want to maim you, but I want to beat you up. You know what I mean?
So what does that look like? How do you not hurt someone but beat the shit out of them at the same time?
Well, check this out. So I was in when I was living at the strip club. Jennifer Louise Garcia and I are. It's like 10 in the morning. She came over. We were gonna go hang out or do whatever. And I walked around to Taylor and Turk in San Francisco in the Tenderloin. And I was getting some coffee at a corner store. And as I'm walking up, it's me and Jennifer. This guy's like standing next to the trash can, looking at me kind of crazy. So I don't know if you've heard me say this, but I said, God bless you. I say God bless a lot. I'm not religious, but I say, I'll God bless you to death. So I God blessed him. He said, you pussy fucking something white boys. Oh, you faggot white boys always getting pussy. I don't know how you motherfuckers get pussy. Da, 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 da. And I just keep God blessing him.
Yeah.
I just keep God blessing him. And I keep walking. But I keep God blessing him as I go because he won't stop. He's just, and I just God bless him. And he's following me. And I go inside the store with Jennifer and he stops. And mind you, I'm not fucking Jennifer Louise Garcia. Yeah. This guy is just like assuming that I'm banging out this chick because I'm with her, which is like so ridiculous to me because it's my friend. But anyways, we go inside the store. I get my water and this guy's still at the front door yelling into the store about me being this and that. And, you know, I would say it, but it's like, I don't want to blow your thing up. I know, you know, people don't want to say
whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit.
He's calling me a faggot and this and that and telling me that, you know, I can't believe you fucking get pussy. And I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe he kept screaming it. And I had sunglasses, my wallet. I don't have my keys on me, but my keys are attached to a dog choker.
Okay.
And it was for my German Shepherd Malamute. So it's a big fucking chain.
Yeah, that's a huge dog, man.
Yeah, so
holy shit.
The chain is like, you know, it's pretty big. And I gave her all my shit and I took the chain and I wrapped it around my fist, right? Because I knew what time it was. Mm-hmm. I don't know what this guy's got, but I know what I have and I'm going to use it if I need to. So I go outside and I say, God bless you again to him because he keeps hollering. He says, say it again. So I do, of course. I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
God
You're
bless.
looking for that green light.
Oh, I want it, dog. I want it so bad. Give me the green light, baby, because we can get down, dog. And I say, God bless him again. He swings at me. He misses. He hits Jennifer in the arm.
Holy shit.
And I just start teeing the fuck off on him, right? But every time I hit him, I say, I love you. I hit him in the face. I love you. Hit him again. I love you. God bless you. You know, we can stop anytime you want. You know, I'm talking this to him. He goes down. And I step back. I'm not going to jump on him or nothing. I want it to be fun. I'm trying to have fun here. You know, I don't want to hurt nobody, but I'm not going to lose. It's not going to happen. Unless you pull out a baseball bat and you got 4 or 5 people on me, it's not. I'm a big dude. I'm not a stranger to getting my ass whooped. I've had my ass whooped. That's how I know. First of all, I'm not going to get into a fight that I'm going to lose. I'm not going to fight.
You're Mayweather.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Could be out here just trying to fight anything? There's no way, dog. This guy I could take. And he was crazy. He wasn't even a crazy dude. He was a well-dressed black man with a teardrop right here, which means he's murdered somebody, which was great because that means he's really good with a gun. If he doesn't fight, I fight. I don't have a teardrop. I've never killed nobody, but I whoop some ass. So he goes down and then he gets up. So now we're on round 2. And I start teeing off on him again. You know, tell him I love you. I care about you. You know what I mean? Like we can stop anytime you want. And he's just trying his best, dude. And I just... You know, people, they do this. They
a lot of haymakers, overhand rights.
Dude, and I'm just fucking...
Yeah, you're just going right down the middle,
I'm right in the middle, dog. I'm up in your face, dog.
Yeah.
And he wants to get into the clinch, and I'm not going to do that. So I give him a hug, and I just starts whispering some sweet nothings in his ear. And I hug him.
You just fucking with him psychologically. You're beating him. It must have been so confusing for him. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Mind you, we're surrounded. We're in the Tenderloin, so we're surrounded by people. People are watching it. They're whoop that white boy's ass. Da, 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 da. That's not going to happen, dog. So I love you. I care about you. I'm whispering in his ear. I love you. We can stop this anytime. He fucking bites. You see that?
Oh yeah, there's still a little bit of a mark on your left shoulder there.
It's a scar.
Yeah.
That's where he bit me.
Oh my God.
He bit me. He bit me. And now the beautiful thing is my dad and I, he used to like really get physical with me. And this last time we ever did, we're going off, me and my dad, and he fucking bit me on my, you really can't see it anymore, but he bit me on my arm right here.
Forearm.
The forearm. And that was like, because of that experience, I knew if he's biting me here, I could just start fucking hitting him in the head as hard as I can. So that's what I did. I start giving it to him here. And then he lets go, and then I throw him because I'm a big boy.
How like big was this guy?
He's probably, how much do you weigh?
155.
He's probably just under 200.
Okay.
And I'm at this point probably 250.
Yeah, how tall is this guy?
He's same height as me.
Okay.
And he smelled good too.
But you got a good 50 pounds on him. That's a fucking big difference, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a fight, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
That kind of weight difference. Holy shit.
It obviously was because I was throwing him around like a fucking rag
But
doll.
you also knew what you were doing too. Like you said, he was throwing haymakers, overhands, and you're just going right down the middle.
And I was in slippers, very similar to these slippers right
really?
here. Yeah, and I didn't lose a slipper once. I didn't lose one slipper. I had him on the whole time, dog.
Yeah, that's how you know when you're in control, when you're taking into mind things like that. I didn't lose a fucking slipper, right? Like you were very much in control of the situation.
Oh yeah, dude.
Whereas he was out of control, you know, more in terms of like the fight. He didn't know what he wasn't composed. At the very least, right? Man.
I think he'd been drinking or something. It was early, like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God.
And he just having a bad day.
Yeah.
And I didn't make it any better for him.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know how you not hurt someone and still beat the shit out of him at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, he was leaking, but that's because I had that chain wrapped on my
the dog
hand.
chain, yeah.
And so he had puncture wounds all over his fucking face. But I don't stomp people out on the ground. Mm-hmm. When you're on the ground, that's where you're going to be. And if you get up, we can go toe to toe again. But I'm not going to stomp you out. That's just not my MO. That's what I mean by hurting somebody. I'm not going to curb stomp somebody. You got to really fucking do something wrong for me to want to hurt you.
Man, curb stomping, that is just fucking brutal.
Biting the curb.
Fucking so brutal. Oh my God. I think for probably a lot of suburbanites or mainstream America, the first time they probably saw that was American History X. Remember that movie? Mm-hmm. Ed Norton does it to some black dude, and then that's what ends up getting him in prison. That's a good fucking movie, man. Ed Norton's a fucking solid actor, dude. Mm-hmm. I mean, the rumor is that he's very hard to work with. He kind of has his hands in the kitchen a little bit too much.
Right.
But I don't know. That's an interesting thing for actors, right? Because at the end of the day, when people think about the movies, most people are going to remember the actor and connect them with the movie, not necessarily the director, definitely not the writer.
Definitely
right?
not.
So, I mean, I kind of feel for actors. Yeah, they're going to want to make sure this thing's as good as possible.
Yeah.
Right? And if you feel like you have a better idea, it's kind of, you better speak up then, right? Especially if it's, they got some really bad ideas, and I don't want this to turn into a shitty movie because I'm the one who's going to be connected to it forever.
Right.
Yeah, I think I would probably be just as much as a problem, honestly. Right? Because you know what? It's like, here's the thing about Asians, right? And I dig into Asians a lot in my stand-up, and I fucking love it. But he's like, Asians are brought up to never speak up. Avoid confrontation and all that. And man, it's like, some stereotypes are true when that comes to the Asians. They're very non-confrontational for the most part. But with each other, they'll be very confrontational. But amongst anyone else, they're not. They're never going to speak up. Never speak against authority. And I just feel like it's not a good way to be. It's not a good way to be a fucking like healthy individual and healthy person. And that they say that is why. You remember I don't know, 5-6 years ago when there was the Korean airline crashed over at SFO during landing, and I think they listened to the black box, right? And what happened was there were some clear mistakes going on between the captain, the pilot, and the tower, right? And it's the co-pilot's job to point that out. But just because of Asian politeness, he didn't feel the place to actually speak up, right? So that's why I feel like, that whole Asian politeness thing is just like, you know what? I had to, breed it. I had to basically train it out of me.
So the Asian guy was flying like co-pilot.
Yeah, they're both Asians. They're Korean Airlines. And
see,
there's like,
I don't know about Asians and airplanes in America.
Well, I definitely gave a bad example, but mind you, there's been countless of flights with no crashes, right? We're not talking about the one example.
Yeah. There's also another really good example of Asians crashing airplanes. Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? What's crazy about that is I don't know if you're a history buff,
A little bit.
a little bit, but correct me if I'm wrong then, but I know that it was FDR was president at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he desperately wanted to get involved in World War II because he knew the victors of that is going to shape the world. But America wanted nothing to do with it, right? So they didn't get involved in World War One. So it's just a lot of people have talked about it. It's just very interesting that when Pearl Harbor did happen, by happenstance, the majority of the fleet wasn't in dock when it usually would be. So it's kind of like this deal. Like I think
It's probably fake.
Yeah, they might have. No, it's not that it's fake, but I think they leaked the information on purpose. To the Japanese, like, hey, this is where the base is at. Because it's that green light that you're talking about, right? Hit me in the face. That way, I have the green light to fucking get involved.
Right.
So it's the same concept. Attack us. That way, we have the full justification to get involved in World War II. And and stuff like that does happen. We're talking about like world powers, and I mean, there's been the fucking the Cuban Revolution. The fucking CIA wanted to shoot down an American airliner and blame it on the Cubans so that they can get involved. Like this shit does happen.
That's right.
Yeah. So
The Gulf of Tonkin was another one. And then you have 9/11, which is another one. You have, and people, that's like a conspiracy, but not really. Not really.
I don't know that much. I hear like they call it like the Tower 7, right? The 9/11
Tower
conspiracy.
7.
Yeah,
It's
conspiracies.
bananas, dude.
Yeah,
It wasn't even hit.
I don't know. I don't know much about it. Like I think the conspiracy is they say like jet fuel can't really
It can't
burn
melt
those
steel
those
beams.
steel beams, and the way it was falling down or something about.
And that's one side of it. But you started with the perfect one, which is Tower 7. Nothing hit Tower 7. Why did it go down? No answers. Where are the answers? We get no answers. We get fucked.
So what do you think?
Always.
So what do you think happened?
That shit was fucking. There was definitely planes that went into those towers for sure. But then charges brought everything else down for sure.
And is the theory is that the American government did that so they would have justification to go over to Iraq and get the oil.
That's right. Because it's just like what you said with FDR. Bush wanted to go to war. We said no. Then like seconds later, damn near. I mean, I don't know exactly how long. I think it was a couple days or like a week. Money was exchanged, right? Money was brought from one place to another. Billions of dollars went. Who knows? There was just missing, and then the Pentagon gets hit. The towers go down. Now we're in war.
Yeah.
So
with the country that actually had nothing to do with it.
right,
Yeah.
they got poppy seeds for heroin,
Yeah.
and they got oil for oil.
Yeah.
And that's what we were there for, is the
Yeah.
poppy seeds. I mean, that's it.
I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. He had Tim Dillon on. Tim Dillon's a big
the most
conspiracy.
recent one?
Yeah. You listen to it?
I love Tim Dillon.
Yeah, and I love him too. But when he was talking about why is it there's no actual footage of the plane hitting the Pentagon? There's got to be cameras all over that fucking place, and like the only like camera footage they have of it is like you can't really tell it's a plane. It's like I don't know if it's true or not, but it is interesting. You would think out of all the places there would be cameras all over the fucking place, right? And why isn't there more footage of that plane hitting them then?
I don't think there's any footage of it hitting the Pentagon,
Yeah.
and there's also no debris from it hitting the Pentagon.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
There's
right?
no debris. There's no seats. There's no wheels. There's no anything. No wings. No black box. None of that. It's all missing. A lady gave her testimony. Said it sounded like a bomb went off. Didn't sound like an airplane crash, or it sounded like a bomb went off. That's what she said. I mean, it's just it's bananas.
I mean, I don't know how different an airplane crash is going to sound versus a bomb.
Right.
I would imagine an explosion would probably either way is going to sound very similar. But I don't know. I mean, but the thing is like, I swear, like listening to Joe Rogan's podcast has definitely opened my mind to other things like conspiracy theories, because some of them are fucking true, right? And it's kind of naive to think like, oh, that was back then. I'm sure the government and CIA, they're much better now. I'm sure they stopped that. No, of course not. Right?
Right.
Yeah, of course it's still going on. Of course they're gonna try to do what they can to, keep America number one. Or they're not even. It might not even be about keeping America number one. It's more so keeping their organization in power
Right.
and relevant. Maybe that's what it's really about.
It's all about money
Yeah.
and making as much of it as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's literally it. I mean, look at
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi, that cunt.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. What
Insider trading.
yeah, what that woman and her husband has been doing is like,
He just had a DUI, major DUI
Yeah.
accident in Napa.
yeah.
Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
That's recently then.
Yeah.
That's super recently, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy because they looked at like all of their stock, the stock trades, the investments they made, and they're way better than Warren Buffett.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, come
Yeah.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
come on, dude. It's like
She has better fucking statistics
Yeah.
on her trading.
yeah.
I'm trying to find the
You can just put
pocket.
it on the table, dude. It's
No,
it's
if
not
it
a
starts
big-
making noise, I'm going to start getting pissed off at it, and then I'm going to
okay.
throw it out the window.
All right, there you go. You know yourself. That's
Yeah.
good, man. You know what your ticks are.
Yeah.
I like that. But yeah, it's so crazy. Like, I don't know. I think the salary of like a congressperson is like what, like a few $100,000, something like that. But she's a multi-millionaire many times over.
Has a house, multiple houses up in the Bay
Yeah,
Area.
yeah. Like the math doesn't fucking add up, people. You know,
She's a cunt.
so it's like apparently she has some really nice titties though. Still, you
That's
see
what
her
Andrew
Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz. I don't know
Yeah.
why I almost said Andrew Yang, but Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, Andrew Yang's out there talking
he's out
about
there
Nancy
thinking about
Pelosi's
her
titties.
heavies.
Oh,
Her fucking
man.
mommy milkers.
I saw the picture. It's like, yeah, they're not bad, man. Especially for her age. I don't know if they're real, but regardless, they're pretty damn nice. I gotta admit.
I would rather cut a hole in your wall and fuck it. I would.
Is it because she's older? Because she disgusts you so much as a person?
Her, first of all, she's a reptile. She's not a person. Okay. And she's fucking vile, bro.
Yeah.
Vile. When she's sitting up there, like, behind, like, and I'm not even a Trump supporter, but the way that she, like, acted towards the president was absolutely fucking bananas. It was bananas. She's just sitting up there, like, and she's not wanting to make anything happen. They didn't want anything good to happen. They wanted it to be the worst presidency possible, and they made sure of it. They made fucking sure of it that nothing that Trump or the Republicans wanted to do, they were going to allow ever. And that's exactly how it is on the other side. And I'm not saying that the Republicans are any better. They're
Yeah, it
just
goes
as bad.
both ways.
100%. It's all
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
She's vile. Vile. Sits up there, rips up the thing, like, go fuck your face, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, well, that's all for theater.
That's
you
all
know?
it is.
Yeah.
It's all it is. And I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. I don't like her.
Yeah.
I don't like her. And I don't want to look at her. And I'm tired of her being in the seat that she having the seat that she has. It's disgusting. And she never gets voted out. We had the opportunity to vote her out this last election. She's still fucking here. No one gives a fuck. It's all theater. And I'm done playing the game personally. I'm not going to be voting because it's all a game. It's all a game. And I'm done playing the game. I don't care anymore. I'm going to make money regardless. You're not going to stop me from making money. It's never going to happen. So what does it matter? Do what the fuck you guys want to do with the politics, and you want to make this a fucking communist country, a socialist country. I don't care. As long as, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The basic human rights are still intact. I really don't care what they do.
Yeah.
It's none of my business. I'm not a political, like, I never went to college. So if we're talking about like knowledge about whatever the fuck, I don't even know what knowledge they have. None. They don't know what the fuck I need or you need. And they don't give a fuck, to be honest. They don't care what we need or want. Is this okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is this okay over here?
Yeah. As
Okay,
long as
'cause
it's
I
in
feel
the
like I'm not
general
able to
vicinity.
see you.
No, we good. I appreciate that awareness, though, man. I like that, man. You're aware of it, dude. You know, I mean, the thing is, like, there really should be term limits, you know, for because there's definitely, you know, like, I don't know if Orrin Hatch is still alive, but at the time, like, the dude who was like He was a senator for like something like 70 fucking years. The guy's like 96 years old. I was like, hey, put this guy out to pasture at this point.
For real?
Yeah.
Shoot
it's
him.
like, yeah, I mean, fucking like career politicians but you hit on something that I truly believe in. It's like, you should aim to craft a life for yourself where you're not affected by whoever's in power. Where,
Right.
that should be the goal. You shouldn't be relying on the government to provide you for a good life anyway.
Yeah.
The goal should be that we're at fucking an hour and a half already.
Are we really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I used to have I don't know if you saw. I used to have another podcast that I would just let go on for like forever, like Joe Rogan style. I'm trying to keep these a little bit more digestible so people actually listen to them. So I want to start wrapping it up. But I just want to say, man, you know what? I really appreciate you, Mark, because you really made an effort to reach out to me, to be honest, like you made it like multiple attempts to reach out and be on it. I know it didn't work out the first few times, but you didn't let that stop you. You still reached out to me, which meant you were fucking genuine about wanting to be on.
Yeah.
And then I called you and you just fucking you got it, what I'm trying to do, right? Like you were able to appreciate what was going on here. Like you had very kind words to say. I just want to thank you, officially on this podcast, for that. Because yeah, man, it's because it's not as if everyone I ask wants to be on, and that's fine. You can say no, but the fact that you fucking got it,
I
you
honestly,
fucking
dude,
got what the whole thing. It's like
Your
yeah,
shit's dope.
man. It's like thank you, Marta. So like when you want to be on, yeah, fuck yeah, be on, dude. I know it's gonna be great. Well, because now I know you lived a fucking interesting life, right? No, you fucking delivered on those stories, man. But just the mere fact that you got it and you wanted to be on means this is gonna be an interesting conversation because you want to be here. You're
Yeah.
gonna be present, right? And that fucking matters, right? That's why I say, like the people who say no, it's probably better that they're not on, right? Like the people will fuck with you, and the people who don't, okay, that's fine. Don't fuck with me.
that's
Yeah.
exactly right. I
Yeah.
love to hear that from you.
Yeah.
That's
I-
absolutely right.
I think that's a good note to end on, right? I think
Yeah,
that's a
dude.
good message, right?
God bless.
Dude, Mark, thank you so much. There you go.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
brother.
Don't
I
beat the shit
appreciate
out of me.
you.
Don't
Yeah.
tell me you love me while you're beating the shit out of me. It's like, all right, man. People, thanks for listening.
Sweet.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Mark Noyer. Boy, does he have some great stories, huh? Please make sure to follow Mark on Instagram at Mark Noyer. That's spelled MARK, N as in Nancy, OYER. And please subscribe to his YouTube channel, Mark Noyer. Yeah, he's got this great video, like I mentioned to you, about this biker versus comedian. You can see what us comics have to put up with sometimes at some of these, dive bars or just bars in general that we end up doing comedy at. Again, thanks for listening, guys, and hope to see you in the next episode. Goddamn, what a fucking cheesy ending. Hope to see you in the next episode. You guys know what I mean. Hey guys, so thanks for tuning into the podcast. And if you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, make sure to hit that follow/subscribe button and make sure to give us a 5-star rating to give us some algorithm love. Okay? Thanks for listening.